Kirkwood. When I got here, the first year I got here, they built these gates. But that road used to go right through campus, that little circle over there. The university blocked off this street because it believes that that's the way to deal with cars. They don't want cars on campus.
There have been hundreds of them that have been impounded, and that's really been because they have been put in the wrong place. They've been left on a sidewalk, they've been left on a lawn, they've been thrown in a bush. All these places where obviously they're not supposed to be. I haven't personally seen this, but we've had reports that they've been in water. They have been, as I mentioned earlier, in the middle of a bush. You can't ride them inside, they won't work, and so we've had that tried as well. And you know, obviously we want people to use common sense. They shouldn't dispose of them in a place where they're not supposed to be.
They're trained on the scooter. If they have the proper safety equipment, I don't think there would be an issue. I would think maybe 14 or above, whatever that case may be, or somebody can operate one safely. These are considered vehicles, so they're meant to be on the roadway and using the bike lanes and all. So,
well, we've had some students who have had to receive medical treatment. Some have been to the IU Health Center to receive treatment after accidents on these scooters. Of course, again, we want to emphasize safety. The best thing for students to do is they should really be wearing helmets when they ride these.
But when they first appeared, there was an impact. If you leave a scooter, you'll see them along the sidewalks, things like that. If they're blocking a handicap ramp, if they're in the pedestrian flow, parking operations will come through and pick those up and impound those. And then the scooter company will have to then pay the impound fee to get the scooter back.
Yeah, actually impounding the scooters, of course, prompted a discussion with these companies because they had to contact us to get them back. That has really led to a more positive discussion with the company as well. They understand that they can't afford to continue to pay to get these scooters. We have a policy at IU Bloomington that really applies to scooters. There was not initial contact between IU and the companies, so that made it a little bit difficult because we then had to deal with something that was just suddenly on the campus.
The city of Bloomington has literally no authority to regulate what happens on the IU campus. So, what IU does, the building right behind us that I'm looking at right now is the administration building. It's the equivalent of City Hall for the IU campus. I have sat on the task force set up by the mayor to come up with a plan for what to do about the scooters since they dropped last fall.
These were large numbers of scooters that appeared all at once, and since they appeared all at once and students started using them en masse, that really made for something that was a different kind of impact on the campus than we had really expected.
The scooter company simply came and dropped their scooters. And some people said that should have been illegal, but it wasn't illegal. We are the scooters dropped in August or September. Here, that's how they did it all over the place. It's easier, as they say, to ask forgiveness than permission. Nevertheless, that's what they did. And to be fair, think about newspapers. You can still see on Kirkwood newspaper boxes changed to a light pole. That's a use of the public right-of-way. Restaurants have tables and chairs out on the sidewalk. That's a use of the public right-of-way. Vehicles that deliver, there's a delivery truck down the street that's double parked in the street. That's a use of the public right-of-way. There are some uses that are appropriate and some that are inappropriate. It wasn't inappropriate for the scooters to just drop, but we're about to pass a law on Wednesday that we're probably going to pass it, from what I'm reading my fellow council members are saying, that will regulate the scooters more strictly. And at that point, you won't be able to just drop in. You're going to have to get a license. You're going to pay a fee as a company. You're going to have to pay a fee per ride or per scooter. I'm not sure exactly what our ordinance says or how it's different from other cities, but every city's doing it differently. But it's the public right-of-way. I mean, actually, when the place where we're sitting now was closed, it became no longer the public right-of-way. That's one thing I miss about it. It represents a medium between walking and biking and driving a car. So it's interesting. I don't really see any inherent problem. Let this be lesson number one. IU is a state entity run by people appointed by the governor. Really, when I hear people complaining about things like this, most of the people complaining are over 40. And most people who are complaining about things they've been complaining about for their entire time in this city, which is students. It's all about the students. And students are the people who are using this technology. So they kind of resent the invasion of college students. College students represent literally half the city when you count graduate students. But the way to deal with cars is not to block streets off, you actually create traffic outside of it. The way to do it is to slow cars down to the speed at which a bicyclist or, yes, a scooter rider would feel safe riding in the street. We just passed a law last year saying that bicyclists could go on the sidewalks, except in the downtown area. But a lot of course, bicyclists ignore it. Scooter riders have done the same thing, but they go a little faster, and it's easier to go a little faster. And so it's intimidated pedestrians and disabled people who are on the sidewalk. How many of you feel comfortable riding in the street with your bike? Would you? What would it take to make downtown to the point where you felt safe riding your bike right on the street? That's what we should be doing.